I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the universe. Today's invocation will be with Daryl.
Particularly thank thee at this time for the leadership that we have within our club and within the organization of Rotary in general. We also thank thee for the food that has been prepared and pray that that might bless our bodies for health and for strength, that we might continue as Rotarians to be of service in our community and to those around us in any and every way we can, and do so in the name of thy Son. Amen.
Amen. And Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then please join in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And today's song is with David Bricka.
Indeed, on this beautiful summer day, let's sing America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thanks, David. You may be seated. All right, besides our program today, do we have any visiting Rotarians or any guests of Rotarians? Don?
I'd like to introduce my grandson, Josh Allen.
Welcome, Josh. All right, is there anyone else? All right. So, question this week for your table. A little less gross. You're welcome. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Discuss with your table for 2 minutes. We're doing less time. 2 minutes. All right, Lynn's going to bring the microphone around. We're going to do a really quick share out. So hopefully we don't go over because of this.
All right, Ruth and I talked. Well, I was talking to myself, then Ruth came over and interrupted. I would like to go to Bahia Honda, little beach right there in Florida that really enjoyed, just loved it. And Ruth wants to go back to the old homestead and see if it's still there. What's this table got going?
Yeah, I'd like to go to the Dolomites in Italy. Teak was saying that they took some friends up to Artist Point near Mount Baker, and it's such a beautiful area that he'd like to stay in the state of Washington.
All right. How about this table? Who's a spokesperson? Mark?
Well, most of the conversation here was around where we could go to fish. So Argentina, Patagonia, Bolivia, Russia. Yeah, so.
All right, I'm reading a Tom Clancy book right now. I don't want to go to Russia right now. All right, how about this table? Who's our spokesperson? Brock?
Yeah, Steve took about half a second to say he wants to go play golf in St. Andrews in Scotland. So I agree. So
Loved it. Yep. All right.
Okay, we had Italy, we had Austria, Germany, we had back to New York, and we had Ireland, Scotland.
All right. All in one trip. You're gonna make a round trip. All right. Who's our spokesperson? Spokespeople?
Oh, I want to go to Arizona for the Arizona National Stock Show.
Oh.
Nice.
I think did she get bribed to do that? All right. No, excellent. Excellent.
All right.
All right.
So Chris online said she is excited about going to Copan.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it would be fun to go to Copan and see all of the club's projects that have been done down there in person. I always see Cheek's photos and I always think, gosh, that'd be fun to go down there. So, all right. So before we move on to any other business, so one thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to do at the last meeting every month, I'm going to do a Rotarian of the month and try to find someone that's kind of gone above and beyond what a normal give and take is for the club. And I think we can all agree on this one. It's Don Ostrom for July. And for those of you who don't know, Don, Rick Limley, a few others, they show up every week. They set up the tables and the chairs. They get everything out from the flags to the podium to the bell. They set up everything. This month, Don's also been in charge of the raffle because, well, when I was looking through the list and asking myself who would be here this summer, he was the first person that came to mind. He's rarely gone, and we appreciate his help. And Rick, so much as well. And we couldn't do these meetings every week without him. And just a reminder, the summer concert series will be again this Sunday from 6 to 8 at Riverfront Park. And Chris is actually online, but she is doing an incredible job. The turnout this year is more than ever before, to the point where she's having to get a couple of Sandy cans because they're the capacity of the park's bathrooms can't even handle the crowd. So that says something right there. I'm really proud of her for taking the bull by the horns and getting that done. And I'm really excited that she's using the opportunity to talk about Rotary and the great things that we do in not only our town and our district, but internationally. It's great to see. All right. Is there any other club business or announcements that we need to bring up? All right. I was hoping to have a motion about the project list. I'm not sure if anyone wants to make that or if you'd like to. Mike? Okay, it's been moved by Mike Mosier and seconded by David Bricka, I think, to accept the project list and move on. And I did have a really good conversation with a longtime Rotarian who was a bit concerned about me taking this project list on. And I just want to assure you that is definitely not my plan. Dan Hockett is our very capable community projects chair, and I am hoping that he can spearhead any of these projects that that require us to organize work parties or anything like this. So I just want to get it started so we know how much we can spend, and hopefully any of the projects that are on this list, even if they're not able to be accomplished until say next summer, like with the Olmsted Park, for example, if they don't have permits to start it this summer, we'll already have it on the list and we can start the work and get it done. So I'd like to call for any other discussion. All right, seeing none. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. All right, we as your board will get started on this list of projects. We're really excited to get some work done. And that moves us to the raffle.
All right, we got first one, number 7575. I think it's a speed limit in Idaho. Rich is the big winner. What's he going to go for? What's he going to go for? Spin the wheel. All right, let's see what he's got going on.
That was
See if
quite
he's
the
going to be
spin.
convicted, acquitted. Oh, $30 cash. $30 cash. All right, our next one up is 5151. There we go.
And for those that didn't notice, Rich donated that back. Thank you, Rich. Much appreciated.
Let's see what we got going on. A CarQuest Sedro Woolley Auto Parts, $25. We'll dig that out. All right, next one up, 3333. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. And you can pick the wine or spin at our last one. What do we got going on here today? Railroad Pizza, Pub and Pizza, $25 gift certificate. And Donald, I dig that one up. And our last one for the day, 65065.
Oh,
You
look, it's our
kidding me?
it's our guest Rotarian. He
Yeah.
won.
Let's see what Jared gets here. Are we creeping up on the, oh, damn. Oh. $25 cash. I tried to get it to stop on sorry, but you know. All right, and he donated it back.
All
Okay,
right.
Prez, we're good to go.
Happy, or I guess fines, and then
Sergeant
Yeah,
at Arms,
Sergeant
got it.
Arms.
We're gonna do this quick. The modern language thing I did last time, it kind of went okay and it didn't. So I'm doing something a lot easier this time. Okay. This is just gonna cost money, so you might as well just keep that in mind. Not a lot for some of you on fixed income, some of you unemployed guys here, like some of us. However, it's never too early to get started on next year's auction. If you haven't turned in an item for next year's auction, that'll be $1. And okay, and here's one. This is going to hopefully give most of you a break. If you've been arrested in the last year, that'll be $1. Okay, you don't have to say what it was for if you have to donate. We're not going to go the other direction. And one that's a lot more pertinent. Have you paid your Rotary dues? If you have not paid your Rotary dues, that's going to be $1. This one's for our online folks, if you're all listening up. So Marion, perk up. Whenever we did the Pledge of Allegiance, did you stand up and salute? Or did you stand at your desk and sing along with the song of the day? If you did not do either one of those things, that's going to be $1 for all you online folks. And Julia can't say anything about it because she's not my boss anymore. Ha. Let's see. And I think I got one last thing. Oh, if you have not donated blood this year, that'll be $1. All right. So we're moving into Happy Bucks. Happy Bucks time. Happy Bucks, anybody? Brock.
I've got a happy 20 for a couple of things I've been saving up here. So if we didn't do a follow up with the Great Sedro Woolley Foot Race, we actually had finishers of 685 people, which is one of the most, but actually the number of people that might have started on that by the number of chips was actually 703. So
Wow.
anyway, I think some people you run part of the way and then they end up in the Legion or someplace like that. And so we don't see them again.
There
But-
was someone
so
handing
that's-
out beer, I heard.
Right,
So
that
someone
could
was
be it.
handing out beer on the
So
route.
second thing, Tim hasn't been here for the last couple of weeks. His wife just had a baby 2 weeks ago, little Bo Michael, and everything's healthy and great. And so he's taking a little bit of time off. And then the last thing is the Stiles and Laird golf team, which has been a part of the Avalon Pat Gahagan Business League for probably like 25 years, finally won the championship last night, thanks to Steve Huggins here shooting a 38. Okay, right there.
The golf hustler. Anybody else? Happy
Don,
Bucks?
Don
David?
Stryker online.
So just a note about the foot race, one of Blake's fraternity brothers was here to run the race and he ended up getting fourth place. So that was awesome. That was pretty great. So this past Sunday, I had the opportunity, I was a coordinated day of event coordinator for some dear friends. They got married up at Bertelsen Winery. And also on that day, it marked 42 years since my dad died in Superior, Wisconsin. So that's a significant day in my family's life. What's equally significant was the day after that day, July 22nd, which was a Thursday, after the regularly scheduled Rotary meeting, a delegation that included Bill Stendel, John Ward, and Stan Smith. They made a condolence call to my family's home. And that's where the foundation for the George C. Burkett Jr. Excellence Award was established. And I vividly remember that day of those guys coming over. And then when my dad died, my mom was in Wisconsin. She didn't come home until Friday. So my sister and I, we planned his funeral for our mom's birthday. And here's, don't do that. Just don't plan your dad's funeral on your mom's birthday. But we ended up doing that. So that was July 27th. So this Saturday, we'll mark his funeral day and also the day that Joan, she'd be 95, Joan would be 95 this Saturday. So this Saturday is a significant day for my family too, because we're marking the Gurney Tourney 2.0. We're raising funds for the Brian Gurney Memorial Scholarship under the auspices of the Burlington Edison Alumni Foundation. Brian died in 2017 and we've been doing this ever since. We've awarded scholarships for 8 years to students from Burlington Edison High School. And it's just a great way to remember his legacy and the joy and laughter that he brought. This August 8th will mark 10 years since Brian fell. And so there's a lot of big dates and numbers in our family. So we honored these men that have died in our family through scholarship and education. And I'm pleased to announce that the 25th winner of my dad's award is here, Jared Couch. That was a special time when that happened. So it's so great to see what you're doing. So I've got $100 to honor their memories. Whoever wants to take it. Oh, right there. There you go.
All right. Thank you, David. That was wonderful. And we all know Jared is special.
We have.
Nick?
hold
Oh,
on
wait,
a-
Eric,
hold
did
on
you
a
have one
second.
online?
Go ahead, Don.
Thanks. So I've got a happy 20. I shared my screen. This Y picture that hopefully you're seeing is actually explaining my hairdo. After 20 years or so of looking at Craigslist every time I'm shopping for anything else, I finally found my dream car, which was a Matchbox that I had when I was 5 years old, a yellow Corvette. And so this is a picture of 1977 Don with my hairstyle in 1977, and I'm sort of replicating that now. 20 happy bucks for that. I also have 20 sad bucks because the park's on fire again, and darn it started even earlier this year. And And it is preventing me from being in Sedro Woolley with all of you guys when I have to spend most of my time fighting the 4 fires. So I miss you, and it's 20 guilty bucks, you might call it. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don.
And tell your folks to stay safe up there. Nick?
Got some happy bucks. Some of you may not know, my wife had some breast cancer pop up on a test. She had surgery Monday. Everything came back clear. We get to start thinking about treatment and healing now and moving forward. So I got some happy bucks I already gave Steve.
Good deal. Oh, T.
I've got a happy 20 for appreciation of all Chris's work and a great concert on Sunday. And we had the privilege of hosting 3 of my friends from Honduras, including a 10-year-old and 7-year-old. And they're having a great time seeing the sights and activities in Sedro Woolley, and now have sweatshirts with Woolly Girl and Woolly Boy to take back to their current home in LA.
And Daryl?
Gotta have $5 to have Tim Holland back with us after being gone for about a year.
All right. When Brock said that we've got Tim back and his wife just had a baby, and I'm thinking, what? Howland? What? Who? I was thinking the wrong Tim earlier whenever you said that. Anybody else?
Jeff McCann online.
So I'm gonna send in about 10 or whatever. My dad had some surgery yesterday. He had his foot and ankle fused, so hopefully he's gonna do a little bit better with his mobility. So everything went well. He's at home resting. It's gonna be about a 6-week or longer recovery. He is looking for books. So if anyone has some books lying around that you would like to lend to him, so he has something to do other than watch old reruns on channel 12 or whatever it is he watches. But anyway, so he's doing well. Give him a call, let him know you're thinking about him, and I think that he would really appreciate that. Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff.
Don, do you still have your hand raised there, or? Guess not. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, I had legacy hand. I'll figure out how to put it down.
Think that's it?
All right. You know, I see these cars, and Rick had a new car last week, and I've seen Dan Sims' cars in his garage. Would it be cool if we had a Rotary car show one week and all the guys brought their old cars and we could look at them and they could tell us all about it? Because I am betting that those 3 are not the only ones with something really cool in their garages. I know Vince has a 1965 Malibu, and it probably doesn't work to drive it anywhere, but we could get it towed here. It'll be fine. Okay, so I'm pleased to introduce our very own Jared Couch today as our program. If anyone needs to leave, please feel free to do so. And Jared, come on up, and he's going to be talking about the livestock for the fair.
Thank you, Rick.
Eric, it'll be just a click forward. Is that right? Perfect. Thank you. I will talk really briefly and get our youth producers up here to talk about their projects and see if I can twist Rebecca's arm to help me out a little bit at the end. It's great to see you all. Yes, it's been a while since I've been here. Carl had a great idea. I should have introduced myself as a visiting Rotarian. Come to find out, it just took my wife to twist my arm a little bit and tell me that I was going to be here and talk today. So that's the trick. Here to talk about the junior livestock sale. Kind of a common theme here. My wife kind of twisted my arm and told me I was going to be the president for the livestock show this year. So it will be Saturday of the fair at 10 a.m. in the pavilion. Real briefly, what the livestock sale is, it's this year over 110 youth livestock producers are bringing their animals, their livestock projects to the fair. They'll be exhibiting them during the fair. I encourage everybody to go talk to the youth, learn about their project, learn about the time that they have invested in those projects and what those projects entail. We have a couple of young ladies here to talk about their projects today. Please ask them questions. They have a lot more knowledge and a lot of time and dedication into this than they give themselves credit for. So definitely try to get over to the fair and talk to the youth. At the livestock sale, you will see beef, swine, poultry, goat, sheep, and rabbit projects will go across the auction block, and proceeds will go straight back to those youth producers to invest in future projects. A lot of them use that money to help fund college if they're graduating seniors. So great program for supporting our local youth who are in agriculture, some great business skills. This was not something I participated in when I was, in high school. I married into the farm life and have jumped in feet first. So it's really amazing to see what the youth learn, the business skills that they pick up at a young age. It's pretty incredible. So enough for me. I would like to have Jalen and Hannah come up and talk a little bit about their projects. We'll leave the mic and let you guys rotate through the podium. First is Jalen Van Valkenburg from Skagit County Livestock 4-H Club. Jalen, tell us about your project.
Yeah, so I'm Jalen. This year I have a purebred Hereford steer named George. He's my first bred and owned. I've had him since he was a baby, so March 22nd of last year. I spent a lot of time with him. I worked with him almost every day for, obviously, since he was a baby, which is pretty difficult if you think about it. You're selling something that you have watched grown up and played with, and yeah, if you can tell by the picture, he's really cute, which makes it really difficult for me to sell him. For me, he resembles a goldfish because he has a really big forehead and his eyes are always looking 2 different directions. He never has his eyes on one thing. Currently he is about 1,200 pounds. He really likes to lay down. He's really big, so he does not like to move around a lot. He loves to eat, and he can play for about 3 seconds. He goes out in the field, runs a little bit, and sits there and wheezes. He can't do much else. He's been on feed for a total of 504 days, and I'm really hoping he'll make weight at about 1,300 pounds, so another 100 to go. We'll see how that goes in 14 days. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how he does at the fair. I've put a lot of time and effort into him, and I hope he does well.
Thank you, Jalen.
Yeah, of course.
And we also Hannah Silvas from Sedro Woolley FFA.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah. So this is Drago. He's my market steer for this year. He's a Red Angus, Black Angus cross. I got him in October from a family friend down in Dayton, Washington. These are actually the cows that his daughter, well, they're bloodlines from the cows his daughter used 40 years ago when she was showing. So his name is Drago from an old John Wayne movie called McClintock. At the moment, he's 1377. I'm hoping he'll be about 1,400 pounds at the sale. I've learned a lot. It's easier to halter break things when they're little, not big. So I've had him since October. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So one of the great things that came out of some committee meetings with local people trying to help youth this year and help the livestock sale be more successful was the idea to reach out to Rebecca Scrindy and the Helping Hands Food Bank. We're very excited about that partnership. And Rebecca, if you don't mind, would you join me for a couple minutes and talk about the partnership and what that means to the community and the populations that you serve?
So last year we were awarded about $500,000 for a We Feed Washington grant. And that money needs to be spent locally, and we can spend it on mostly produce, but there is some funds for beef and eggs and milk. And so when we've been having meetings with there's about 72 nonprofits that got that funding in the state of Washington, and other food banks and food providers said they've been doing the same thing, purchasing livestock through these kinds of auctions. And so when the opportunity came up, it makes sense. So what we're trying to do at Helping Hands is connect the dots between where food comes from, who needs the food, who's getting the food, and why it's important not just to feed low-income families food, but nourish them with food so that it can be stronger and there's less burden on healthcare and things like that. So we're really excited about this idea. I know it's going to be tough to let those animals go because my kids raised cows, and when they're walking off the farm, it's like a pet. But I really want to connect these kids with the kids that come to the food bank, because they're their friends, they're their families, they're kids in their schools. We have over 900 kids, or that's just in Sedro Woolley district, but we do a lot of work with a lot of the kids in all of Skagit County. So I think it's fun. So it's unique, it's fun. And since the state of Washington is paying for it, why not, right? But I do think that it gets people thinking more about how we feed those that are needing extra food, and not just here's top ramen and go away. So I'm really excited about being there and seeing your animals. I've asked the kids if they want to put posters up of their animals at the food bank, because I actually joked that we should have one with a pink bow, and then we have a ground beef with the pink bow. But then someone that said that might not be very cool to do that. But again, I just love the relationship that these kids are thinking about feeding those kids at the food bank, and the food bank kids might be interested in doing these programs down the road. So I think it's important we know where our food comes from.
Thank you, Rebecca. So just to kind of bring it all together, the livestock sale, a lot of local businesses come out to support the youth, and they have the opportunity to purchase an animal, and they can either send that animal to butcher and then pick up the finished product, or they can turn an animal. So a business would, normally use that as a tax write-off. A lot of local businesses come out and support. I know many Rotarians that come to the livestock sale and do that. We hope, to see a lot of turn animals go to the food bank and a lot of local support. All I would ask from this group, if you could help spread the word. Spread the word to your friends, other business owners, other Rotarians, to come out to the fair and talk to these youth producers, show the interest in the project, and encourage them to continue the work that they're doing. So, this is much higher level than just, hey, come to the auction and buy an animal. It's come out and support the youth and let them tell you about their project. Might be a little bit nervous, but you spend some time with them, you can really learn a lot. And they've done a lot of work, and they've put a lot of time into these projects. So I think it's what we can do as a community to support them and help them be successful. So if you guys have any questions, you can email our board, Skagit Junior Livestock Sale @gmail.com. Of course, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Again, the Junior Livestock Sale is the Saturday of the fair at 10 a.m. And you can see these animals and youth producers anytime throughout the week at the Skagit County Fair. And I really appreciate you guys having us, and it was great to be back. So thank you.
So because Wendy twisted your arm so well. We have some coins I'd like to present to you and the girls on the club's behalf. I'm just so happy to see you here, Jared, because if I think if we knew that all it took was Wendy making that happen, we could make that happen more often. You know, as someone who's known you a long time, it's great to see your face and our presence. So, yeah. Does anyone else have any further business? If not, we ran late last week. This week we're getting out early, so it all balances out. Nothing?